Welcome to Election Night. Decision 2026. The Missouri midterm primary is over.
It's 7 o'clock. The polls are closed. The onslaught of ads is finally behind us. For months, everyone with a microphone and a mail budget has been telling you what this election is about. But tonight, you told them what it was really about. The fighters have returned to their corners, officials tallying the final scores.
Here's what you decided today, whether you voted or not. You decided whether it should be harder for you to change Missouri's constitution. That's Amendment 4. You decided whether Missouri should start getting rid of the income tax without saying what replaces the money. That's Amendment 5. Governor Mike Kehoe wants both. He wasn't on your ballot. His agenda was.
On that race, watch St. Louis County and St. Charles County. That's where we'll likely learn what the governor's word is worth in this election. You also decided the rematch, Cori Bush versus Wesley Bell, round 2. And neither one pretended to like the other. 2 years of bad blood, millions in ads, 1 seat in Congress. Somebody's watch party ends early tonight.
You picked the Democrat who takes on Ann Wagner in November, Fred Wellman or Joan Von Dross. Nobody we trust will predict that one. That's not a problem with the race. That's a reason to stay up.
And who runs the counties? You picked from 3 Republicans who want to run St. Charles County, the incumbent, the firebrand, and the police colonel. You picked the Democrat who will try to run St. Louis County, Brian Williams or Jake Zimmerman, after an ad war that got ugly enough to draw a cease and desist. Winner gets Republican Dennis Hancock in November. That race starts tomorrow.
2 more things. St. Louis County decided today who prosecutes crime in the county, Melissa Price Smith or David Bryant.
And Prop U, whether your online orders get taxed like this store down the street. The county asked you this question in 2022. You said no then. They're asking all over again. This time, they say police budgets and the Rams money are what's left if you say no again. We'll see if the second ask went any better than the first.
You settled 2 bitter Democratic fights for the state Senate in South City and North County. And race by state house race, you decided how tight the Republican hold on Jefferson City stays.
Now the best part, we don't have to figure out any of this alone, and neither do you. Dr. Anita Mannion is here in studio. All reporters are standing in the rooms where these candidates will celebrate or console one another. They're dispatched to the campaign headquarters of all the biggest races where hopes and dreams spend the night negotiating with cold, hard math.
We're going to have a real conversation about what these numbers mean all night, as long as it takes. We have a lot of reporters at many of these watch parties. And with District 1, we have Melanie Johnson. She is with Cori Bush's campaign. Our Laura Barczewski is in downtown St. Louis with Wesley Bell's campaign. And so let's get to Melanie. Melanie.
Hi.
Well, it looks like we're having some issues with Melanie. We might try and get to Laura if we're able, and we can get back to Melanie once Laura. Here you go, Laura, you're on.
Hey, Mark and Ann. So we are here at Wesley Bell's campaign watch party where there's nothing going on right now because they're still setting up. The public is going to be allowed in after 7 o'clock. And Wesley Bell's campaign did get some donations from APAC again for this election, but not nearly as much in 2024. Still, the Israeli and Palestinian conflict has been a focus of this race, and that's because of the money, but also because of his opponent, Cori Bush's position on the conflict. During her time in office, Congressional District 1 is made up of a large number of Black and African American voters, and the data there shows they prioritize civil rights, the economy, and investment in the community over
You know, the M in Missouri doesn't stand for Middle East. It stands for Missouri. And while we see the leading killer of young people is gun violence, and we see seniors struggling with the cost of living, everybody struggling with the cost of living, we are going to focus on the issues that matter to St. Louisans. And I think that's what this race is going to come down to. And and we're just going to keep doing the work of the folks right here at home. Hear about the stories, the individual stories of how folks are having to take second jobs.
Beyond, though, like dismantling the president's immigration initiatives and opposing the war in Iran. Mark and Ann.
Laura, thank you. And do we have Melanie ready? Let's try and get to Melanie with the Cori Bush campaign. She's been out there for hours. Obviously, they are still also in this setup process where they're waiting to let the public in and supporters, but it looks like they've already let people in. Melanie.
Yeah, and we're here with a supporter of Cori Bush, and also she is a victim of the Radiation Environmental Compensation Act. Her husband passed away due to the radioactive waste found in North St. Louis County. Kenyatta Griffin, can you talk about, as a RICA victim, recipient, and also as a supporter, why did you decide to vote for Cori Bush?
I decided to vote for Cori Bush because I saw what she had been doing in the neighborhood. Even before she became Congresswoman Bush, I saw her out there protesting. I saw her sleeping outside with the homeless. I witnessed all of that as well and volunteered with her. And one thing about her, she continued to give me and other constituents hope. So when I saw it and read that she was running for Congress, be honest with you, I asked her exactly what do Congress do? You know, I was going to vote for her, but I had to ask myself, like, what does Congress do? And when I read up, I was like, yeah, you the person for the job. Some people thought that maybe she should have ran for the mayor, but she's the type of person that want to help everybody. And so for that reason, definitely she's my choice.
We talked about the fact that you were upset that the Wesley Bell campaign kept saying that she was missing votes and she was not there. But you have an explanation as to why she missed out on voting.
Cori, I've been knowing Cori since I was 14. We both went to high school together and been best buddies, sisters, friends since the age of 14. Once Cori became Congresswoman, that means that I knew her as Cori, but also as my Congresswoman. So when I found that my husband was sick and diagnosed with cancer, I reached out to her, we cried together, we prayed together, but she was always so busy doing her job. And the day he passed, she actually was on the phone with me, couldn't even talk to me because she was, trying to do her job. And I needed her. I really needed her that day of my husband's funeral. And that's what friends do. I needed her. She's always everywhere for everybody. So every time Wesley throw it in people's face that she missed voting, it reminds me that she was at my husband's funeral, and it bring up trauma to where I turn the TV off, I get sick, I have to make sure my kids are okay, because it's like, I don't know if people knew that Cori and Wesley was once friends. They was co-workers, they was colleagues. And she didn't keep it a secret that she was attending a funeral. So respectfully, because he knew that, I thought he would have some type of compassion to her. But as a victim of RICA, radiation exposure, it's a crush to my soul that he would even mention that, knowing that she was at a funeral. And so, again, for that reason, I think she's the candidate for that. Anytime you say, hey, I have to put just one day to be there for a friend, that's the person I want in Congress.
And final question, what will it mean if Cori Bush is reelected to District 1?
I think we all will have a sign of relief. We gave him a chance. I was one of the people down in the city helping with the tornado victims, and I watched a lot of powerful people drive past, take pictures, leave, and myself and a whole lot of other volunteers downtown, west side, in the city, talking to victims, trying to give them hope. And Cori was one of those people helping us pick up bricks. People buying people pillows to put in their car because they sleeping in their car at night, right? And so if she's elected, it will give us hope again.
Thank you so much, Kenyatta. We are live here in Jennings at the Family New Haven Center where Cori Bush will come to supporters and advocates for her and rally tonight. She said one thing this afternoon that really struck with her supporters is that it's been 2 years too long for the Missouri's 1st District. Live in North County, Melanie Johnson, 5 on your side.